The post All-Star Olympic break struggles continue for the Chicago Sky after a loss, a disappointing loss to the Washington Mystics. We'll talk about it all and more, break it down. But first, we got to play that intro.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. Live post game show today. Chicago Sky unfortunately lose to the Washington Mystics 74-70. This is a game that was a winnable game by the Chicago Sky. I think that's the first thing to focus on. Despite the Mystics getting out to a sizable lead at halftime, the Sky came back out, won that third quarter 19-10, put the Sky right back in position to win this game. And things just started crumbling down the fourth. They had the lead with, I think, about 3 minutes left. They had the lead in this game. And unfortunately, like we've seen with the Chicago Sky, they just have not been able to close out games well enough to come away with the victory in a lot of these cases. Fellas, turn it over to you first on this one. What do you think, when you look at this game, what was the thing holding the Sky back in this game?
Oh, man. Go ahead, Kev.
Can't score 12 points in the fourth quarter at the crib and expect to win. Can't have 21 turnovers and expect to win. And you can't lose 2 games to a team as bad as the Mystics so far this season and expect people to take you seriously, even with all the things that went wrong with coaching, with the referees, so on and so forth. Chicago Sky allowed this team to outshoot them from 3. Diamond DeShields had a good game, and I'm hardly on these joints, and I rarely see her have a good game. And
this is only her first good game probably since the first week of the season. So you ain't missed.
And yet she only got 16 minutes, and you didn't allow her to keep shooting and scoring and playing. I just don't understand it. I don't understand what Coach Spoon be doing sometimes. I don't understand down the stretch why you didn't feed the post and at least allow Camila Cardoso to try to keep the Chicago Sky in the lead. It just didn't make sense. The IQ, the entry passes, it's a lot wrong with this team. And I think people who are fans of this team just expect them to be better than they are. That's it.
Bro, I got one of them Chicago Bulls headaches that I used to get last year. That I got one of them headaches seriously. Basically, what I surmise the problem is, it's the attention to details. I think this team, they play hard. They're going to play hard every game. But it's the attention to details. You cannot turn the ball over 22 times and think you're going to win and come back and be the furious fighting, come back every fucking game against these professional ladies playing basketball, bro. The turnovers are elementary, bro. You're passing it to the other team, losing the ball off your foot. It's not forced. And I'm talking about the whole team. That includes the coach. At the end of the game, okay, I get you want to give her a blow. You know what I'm saying? But it was too long. It's a tight game. You got to keep her in. It's about the win. You're fighting, or are you fighting for a playoff spot? I think when you've seen that layup, that nice move from Camila Cardoso, I think with 1 minute and what, about 15 seconds left, all the next possessions goes to Camila, and you work off that. They got to react. They're going to double team. If they any smart, then you kick it out and get your rest of your team involved. But
even Kobe knew to get a ball to Shaq.
That's just
and
basic. Pal. That's just basic basketball,
and bite them,
bro.
Even Kobe knew to get a ball to that big fella.
It's attention to detail,
bro. I've said this. I've yet to say this. I've said this multiple times about the Bulls. We can lose, but don't look stupid doing it.
That's the problem.
Because that's what you just did. And that's why I'm so fucking irritated, because at some point, you have to learn from your mistakes. Mm-hmm. The first thing we keep saying every game, no matter who the opponent is, you can't turn the ball over. And you proceed to act like y'all never played a fucking game of basketball before.
It's bad.
Y'all act like y'all don't know each other. It wasn't even like you was in the right spot We was passing to Ghost out there. I'm like, who are you looking at?
Look,
Like,
I'm about to
like now,
I'm about to make an entry pass to my dog right now. The dog is over there wide open.
First of all, why that basketball look like
It's
it got tetanus?
it been through a lot. I put a lot of work in with this
Go
ball.
buy a new
that's what the
basketball,
fuck is.
Kev.
That's
Oh
what
no
the
no
sky
no!
team look
Hold
like
on,
right now.
hold on. I got several basketballs. This is just the one I keep in the house for my kids to work on.
I'm
dribbling.
glad you brought
But
that basketball because that's what the fuck we look like right now.
Yep.
A weathered ass, depressed ass, been through the storm ass team.
That's a Naismith basketball. What the fuck?
No, this one right
and
here was back when you
okay,
can
okay.
keep track of your stats. But go ahead.
Okay, hold on. So I don't disagree with anything that any of you guys are saying. So let me be clear. Don't disagree. I agree with everything. We got to fix coaching. We need to have better recognition down the stretch of games. But let me present a different perspective so that we can have the conversation. Is this not kind of the best scenario for the Sky? And by that, I mean this. You have a young team that your two young players are playing their roles in. You even have Michaela Oniwerde, some other players step up. You also have a rookie head coach. Going through things like this, is this not kind of for the Sky to still have the best draft pick, get competing? Because they competed in the last few games, right? Even though they've given up big leads, but they're just falling short because the one thing that you can hopefully learn at some point is how to close out games. Right now, the Sky don't know how to close out games, but considering where we are with the 2 first-round picks, with us still trying to add more top-level talent to this team as we're still in the first year of a rebuild, is this not maybe, it sucks to watch, it sucks as fans, but it's not maybe the best situation right now for the Sky?
I mean, I see your point in a long game. It definitely can help you in a long game. But I think these ladies on this team, I think the coaches on this team, they want to win games now, and I think it hurts. If that was the case, then they wouldn't care about losing these games.
I'm not saying they're trying to lose the games.
No.
Because they are trying to win it. Is that not
Yeah.
maybe the best thing? Because, like you said, it is painful, but they call it growing pains for a reason. So maybe getting through this pain next season, they put in the work this offseason. It's like we can't keep losing games down the stretch like we're losing right now.
I'll say this: it's a double-edged sword right now. Because on the one hand, what up, baby Drip?
Baby Drip.
You sleeping in my room?
On the one hand, yes, we'll let him
go, Kev.
Okay, I was just waiting. On the one hand, this team needs to win these types of games in season. Whether it's going to push them forward to the playoffs or not is not important. You've lost 4 straight games, and all of them have been by single digits. At least I think they have been. 2 points, 1 point, 2 points, 4 points tonight. You got to win one of those 4 games, one of those 3 games, or whatever it is that has been. I just feel like situational basketball needs to be, it's a coaching thing. And obviously the players are the ones who had the 21 turnovers. But when it comes down to the last minute of this game, it's on coaching. And I like Coach Spoon. I just don't think that she calls timeouts when she needs to. I don't think she puts players back in the game when they need to be in the game, or take them out the game when you need to take them out the game. It's certain things that have happened whenever I sit down with the guys and watch these games. It's just bothersome to see how remedial some of this stuff is, bro. Like, you're professional basketball players. And to your point, it's good to go through growing pains. It is good to go through growing pains. But some of this stuff ain't growing pains. It's just painful.
I see what you're saying, though, Drip. Trial and error. You learn from your mistakes. You get better. The more you hit your head, the more you fall down. That makes you better at the end. But I think that I'm with you, too. You should, in theory, learn from these mistakes that you're making, even though they haven't learned. They've been making these mistakes all fucking season, and they don't look like they on their way to learning. But I still think they want to win now. I ain't think that ain't what you want to. That ain't what you're trying to say. But I know that they want to win now. I can see the hurt on them, and it actually might be a good thing if you think about your point, what you're saying right now, because you learn it through, like the Bulls when they was playing the Detroit Pistons, all them the early '90s. They took a lot of lumps. They had to learn how to beat Detroit.
The way I also look at it like this, and and again, I'm looking more long term. I understand in the now it sucks because we want to win basketball games. We're watching now. We're giving our time now. But if it comes down between the difference between having Olivia Miles on this team or not having Olivia Miles on this team is going through a rough last 3 weeks of the season, I tell you what, I'll go through a rough last 3 weeks of the season, just as an example.
I mean, I'm cool with that, but it's to the point where it's not just growing pains. These last few losses ain't fucking growing pains. You can acknowledge some of the stuff is just stuff it don't take the whole season to figure out.
Yeah.
Right in our hand, common sense.
In-game
Feed the
adjustment.
big man that's right by the rim. Common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Challenge the damn play. Common sense. It's so
Mm-hmm.
many times, it's so many games where it's starting to worry me. Like, are you gonna learn from this? Are we gonna see this shit in the future? Because we start seeing this shit in the future, it's gonna cost us some major games, and that's gonna be even more heartbreaking than it is now. So this is the time to nip this shit in the bud, because especially these last 4 to 5 games, you just been stupid. Y'all just been stupid. It's just that simple. Just not playing sound basketball, not communicating, not attention to details, like C-Dub said. Attention to details. If you making that pass, that motherfucker better know this ball is coming. That's been the same shit since game 1. And regardless of the fact we're not good enough anyway, we still gonna have a chance to get Olivia Miles, win this game or not. But there's just certain things I'm seeing that she's not learning from, that it don't take that time to learn. It really just don't.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, you got to think too, though. Like, it's double learning because Teresa Weatherspoon and her whole coaching staff are learning on the fly. So, like, I'm not here to give excuses, right? It sucks. Where we are, we should be further. I'm not saying we shouldn't be further along. We should, but at the end of the day, like, we had some early season successes where we probably should have struggled a little bit more. We're struggling now here towards the end of the season where we should kind of be over some of the things that we're going through. But still, when it's all said and done, we knew that this last part of the season was going to be rough after they traded Marina Mabry. That was going to happen. That was already written in the books. We told y'all guys this when we did the trade video. And overall, what we're seeing now, yeah, we could have better coaching, better execution. Either one of these things happened. It could have got us a couple of more wins over this 4-game losing streak. But I'm here to say this: like, whatever happens at the end of this, like, people saying things like, "Oh, we got to get rid of Spoon. All got to get rid of this." I'm sorry.
Oh no,
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Y'all
I don't
are
agree
at
with
the point
that,
where
yeah.
y'all understand what a rebuild is. We're
Yeah.
going through a rebuild. The fact of the matter is that the fact that we're only 7 games behind our total win record last year, with us having Kalia Copper and Marina Mabry on this team, should tell you that we're still ahead. We're ahead of schedule right now. This end, it sucks. I didn't expect it to be this rough when we're going through what we're going through early in the season. Yeah, after the Mabry trade, I kind of expected this, but like, this going to be ugly into the season. The last 10 games of the season is going to be ugly. I'd be surprised if we won 4 games. I'm not even going to lie to you.
I'm gonna say this though, like, if they was getting their asses beat, I would feel better.
I agree.
the
I was
situation.
thinking that.
You
Kev.
feel better
my-
for getting their
yeah.
asses beat?
Yes, I understand
absolutely.
what
Because that's
you're
my
saying.
whole purpose of
Yep.
starting off the way I did. You can lose, but don't look fucking stupid doing it.
They keep
Like,
losing by
there's too
one
many times-
possession, bro. They keep losing by one
And
possession.
not-
I get
and-
it.
and-
I guess
And
my
the one
perspective on that
possession is so stupid.
is this, though, is that I'd rather have a team that's young, that's rebuilding, that's fighting and losing by 1 or 2 possessions than a team that's getting because what do you like? To me, you're building more habits of competing. When you're in that game, competing hard for that game down the stretch, yeah, you may fuck up. Don't get me wrong. It sucks that you fuck up, but I'd rather be them in this place of competing and it actually being a closer game than us down the stretch getting blown out by 10 and 15 every single game.
But here's the thing.
I will
real
agree.
quick,
Hold
real
on.
quick,
Before you go. Hold on. I would agree with you if you're just losing. We're not just losing.
But that's the thing.
We're
It doesn't
losing
matter
being
how you lose.
stupid.
It does, but
It
again,
do.
sometimes it does
It
not
do,
because
though.
sometimes it doesn't
Because
sometimes you
you're
need to make
building
the
up bad
stupid
habits.
mistakes.
You're
But
building
the
up
thing
bad
is,
habits at
you're
that
building
point.
up bad. You would still be if you're going to build up bad habits if you're losing by 10. That means that mistakes are still going to be. You lose games because you make mistakes. Mistakes are going to happen either way by losing. I'd rather you mitigate and be making less mistakes. Yeah, they could be dumbass mistakes, but guess what? It's easier to point out and say, hey, had you just fucking moved your body here, had we just had this player in here, then losing by 10 and you're just like, everything's fucking fucked up.
But
Y'all can't do shit right, right?
this
So
is
like, yeah, they're making small mistakes that should be fixable. I'm not disagreeing with that. But I'd rather lose by those small mistakes that you can fix with some tweaks and some better IQ than getting blown out by 10 and 15 points. And you're looking at it and saying, all you motherfuckers got to get cases on y'all.
But this is the point that I was making when I made that statement, especially for tonight's game. If they were playing against a better team, they would have been blown
That's
out.
a great point.
They
That's a great
they
point.
had 20-some turnovers. They playing against the Washington Mystics. That's the only reason they were still in this game. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's just irritating to see that this team is just so low IQ with the talent that they have on the team. And it's just situational. They're not putting the right things together. And I get where you're coming from, Drip. I actually agree with you. These learning experiences is going to be good for the two young ladies that we have on the squad right now with Camilla and Angel, because they've never experienced this. They've
I'm
never
just
Yeah, that's
experienced
true.
we
Angel and Camilla have never lost at this level this consistent.
Never.
if you
I mean,
own the
I like us-
basketball court, to me, you go in there to win the basketball game.
Absolutely.
Now, if you want to play for the future, come and tell us, for we can adjust. If I can adjust myself, for I want put myself to be like rooting for this team. Tell me that you don't want to win games,
Bro, you keep
and
going
you
to that
going for
point.
the
Nobody's
future.
saying they don't want to win.
No, I'm not talking
about.
about. I'm talking to the team. I'm not talking
Oh,
to your
okay.
point. I'm not
Oh,
talking
okay.
to your point. If you want to play, if you want to be competitive, if you step on the court trying to win games, don't tell me you build it for the future. If you step on the court, you play to win. Don't disrespect the basketball court.
All I gotta say is it don't take that much IQ to pass it to the big motherfucker near the rim.
Absolutely,
don't
it
take
does
that
not.
much. It don't take that much IQ.
It don't.
I get what you're saying. We're going through the stupid shit, but I'm looking at plenty of coaches that don't learn from their mistakes. So you are building up bad experience that can lead you down the future. We see it with Billy Donovan every fucking day.
I'm talking more about the players than the coach. I get what you're saying on Teaspoon.
I mean, I'm not
every
talking
better
about the
situation
coach
or
because to me, the with the team itself, I expect stupid shit. I don't expect stupid shit from a coach because you out of everybody in this whole fucking organization, you're watching the most film. You know everybody to a T. It's like three things with Coach Flus that's pissing me off that you
Coach
challenges. Not Flus, whatever.
Okay,
What's her name?
I didn't know if you were making the
Teaspoon,
comparison. You talking about Spoon? No, I just didn't know if you were making
Nah,
the comparison.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I get you. But it's just main thing is time management. It's too many games where you seen time management bit you in the ass. That you gotta learn from that. And learn fast. 2, when and where to pull people out. 3, why every time we get out of a timeout, nothing's changed. You know how many times we seen throughout the duration of this season, after a timeout, they gonna make the same mistake we just called a timeout
We seen
for.
that this game.
Yep.
It this game.
Saw it this game.
Like that's my only thing. Like I'm not crucified. I'm not one of those people that like trade Camilla, trade Angel. We need to get a Flus. Motherfucker, is year 1. We ain't get rid of nobody. That's stupid for even saying that. But at the end of the day, there's just simple basketball shit that don't take a long season to figure out. That's all I'm saying.
Or what about in-game adjustments? That's part of it for me. Like learning from what we just said a
I
second
feel like
ago.
that's more of a learning thing.
Yeah.
That's more of a learning thing.
So
You
like
take
everybody's
time out.
trying to learn right now.
But I think
think
also you got to
Spoon
take into
ain't that bad.
consideration. You got to take into consideration as well,
Come on,
like the
everybody
roster.
does.
You can only make so many adjustments when no matter what adjustments you make, you don't have consistent 3-point shooting. You don't have any spacing because of the lack of spacing. You're extremely predictable to guard. On like it sounds like I'm talking about the 2022-23 Chicago Bulls. Like you don't have any of those things. So I get it, and I'm not saying that the mistakes aspect of it is something to overlook, but like this is an extremely flawed team. We got some talent. But
That's
the
true.
flaws on this team are
It is.
glaring. You're
Yep.
talking about one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league. And then you have 2 bigs that are not threats to stretch the floor. So that makes 3-point shooting on the perimeter even more important. You can make a double big lineup work with not having either one of them be threats to stretch. But you got to have at least solid 3-point shooting around. We talked about it. The first half of this game, for the majority of it, all the starters combined made like 6 field goals. Like, it's difficult when you do those things. When you have such a limited team, such a limited skill set, you don't have any other looks that you could throw out. Yeah, we got some theoretical shooters in Rachel Banham and Mariah Jefferson on this team, but
That's
at the
the
end of the
perfect
day,
word.
they're career role players. They want to combine 2 of 6 in this game. So when you don't have, like, what are we going to change? Like, Diamond, shout out to Diamond for having the game that she had off the bench, because if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't even be this close. You got to give Diamond the shields. Like I said, moissanite the shields. She's not quite a diamond again yet, but she'll pass the diamond test if you need her to with this game. But
I would just
What I
Go
meant
ahead.
by
I
in-game
was just saying. I
adjustments
was just gonna go
real
ahead.
quick was that the players have to make in-game adjustments. I wasn't even talking about Spoon.
Well, they ain't
Like,
gonna do that with this
well,
team. They not gonna do that.
I know, but the point that he just made, that Haize just made, was that they don't have the capability to do that. Because it's just like, where's the accountability? Like, are you guys gonna hold each other accountable? I don't see
That's
nobody
another
saying,
thing.
ain't nobody saying that was a dumbass pass. Ain't nobody pointing. Ain't nobody yelling, snapping in the huddles. It's just like, oh man, that's just another turnover. It's timeout.
I like
I want to
that, Kev.
see hold each
I
other
guess
accountable, bro.
to sum up my whole thing, the controllables. I want to see more improvement on the controllables. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Things you can control as of right now. The team that you have right now, like I said, calling challenges, not leaving people on the bench so long. Like you said, keeping Camilla out a little longer than she needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's controllable stuff that you can fix. I'm not like, in-game adjustments from a team with a non-point guard ain't gonna fucking happen. It just ain't gonna happen.
I'm sorry. Have you seen the Spurs play this season? They actually do have 3-point shooting, and they still don't have 2 bigs that clog the paint. Stop making dumbass comparisons. If you're gonna make a comparison,
That's
at least try making it against people who don't actually watch the sport of basketball for a living. That's what we all do. At
Didn't
this
the Spurs
They're-
win
they're-
20 games? Like, what are you
Like-
talking about, bro?
and the Spurs power forward was playing point guard.
Exactly. And they also had 4 players that shot the ball above 40% from 3. Like, what are we talking about here?
They didn't. They had Devin Vassell. Fucking like they had shooters. We don't have shooters.
They definitely got a
Not
good
the same
future.
thing.
I think the Chicago Sky got a great future. I'm just in it now. It's just frustrating right now watching.
It's frustrating. It's definitely
frustrating watching
right
these young ladies. I don't even think these teams are beating them like the last 4.
They're beating
They beating
themselves.
themselves.
Yeah.
They beating
Yes.
themselves.
Yeah.
So that's the frustrating part.
When
Of
you
it.
don't have a point guard, though, like a real point guard that can facilitate, that's
You gonna look stupid.
Well, that's when you don't have solid, like, you can make a non-true point guard work, but everybody else got to be solid passing. Our best passer right now is Angel Reese. We don't run her as a point forward because again, you don't have any shooting. If you had better shooters around, you could get away with running Angel Reese as a point forward, but you can't. Nobody can shoot the fucking bat. We are the worst 3-point shooting team in the league. The worst.
I bet you it's about a lot too. I bet you.
I have to look at since Marina May. We weren't the worst before Marina Maybe went out, but we're the worst now over this stretch since we came back from break. Like, it's terrible.
Hey man, I'm gonna keep rooting for these young ladies. They gonna play hard.
Oh yeah,
they gonna play hard, but it's just.
Oh my God. Does anybody want to take a guess at how bad we shot the 3 balls since the Olympic break?
15%.
15. I was about to say 15. 12. 15%. How about that?
15%.
19.7%.
I said 18. It's 19.7%.
This is
oh Lord, put me in, coach. Put me in, coach.
This 2024. You can't play basketball without shooting
if
a 3.
I see you with a wig on, nigga, we going to hell. That's all I can.
He gonna have that beard on with that wig.
Juwana Kev. Hey, it's 2024. I identify as a WNBA.
See, this is the problem. I just looked at it. So the Chicago Sky, since the Olympic break, have been the worst 3-point shooting team in the league. I just gave the percentage there. Do you want to know where they rank at as far as 3-point percentage defense? How much they give up?
Oh yeah, they're giving up
35%.
Last? You mean the worst?
38.
The worst at defending?
Last.
They've been the second worst, but they've been giving it up at 34% from 3-point range.
Because they wide open. They were wide open.
Because that's all it was today. All they threes Mystics hit today was smack dab wide the fuck open.
Put me in, coach.
19% from
I'll be out
three.
there blocking three.
Bro, who in the NBA will keep their job shooting 19%?
There's a gentleman that
Tony
plays
Snell.
No, not not
Hey,
Tony.
He couldn't get a job to get his insurance. So they ain't
Light
even
skinned buddy from Australia.
Don't
bro.
do that, Drill.
Light skinned buddy.
You talking about Dante? You talking about Dante Exel?
No, Ben Simmons, my guy. Ben
Simmons.
Simmons.
I think he'll still have a job though, because
he does still have a job.
Back in the day, with his skill set that he had.
See, back in the day, he would have played power forward. He could only play point guard, and it's like, what are we doing, bro? Like,
Haize gonna kill his ass.
Damn, bro, we gonna set a record, gang. Worst 3-point shooting year ever.
Okay, we got 10 games left. Over under on games won before the end of the season. How many more games do the Chicago Sky win this season?
3.
Damn.
I'm
2?
a homer. 5.
I'm gonna look at the schedule.
That's
Let's
not
go through the
even
schedule.
homering.
The Indiana Fever on Friday.
L.
I'm gonna say passion. It's Barbie night in the building. I'm gonna say they win that game. That's gonna be the last big win of the season.
Hopefully.
Minnesota on September 1st.
That's
on
a
Sunday.
tough one. I'm gonna say L. That's a tough one. That's a L.
All right.
Hell no.
The Ace is September 3rd.
L.
Nope. Dub. They don't like them. They gonna
We
come
fuck
to play.
around. I'm about to say we
They don't
fuck
like
around.
them.
Is it at home or
They
on the road?
They not.
It is
they
on the
not
road
playing
in
well.
Vegas.
Oh, they might actually win.
We winning
that
that.
That game's
We winning
also
that.
on NBA TV.
Oh, we winning that game.
We winning that.
Sparks September 6th.
Okay.
We better, but we gonna win by 1 point.
We can beat them.
Okay.
We gonna win by 1
Steve,
point.
you already at 3 wins. You said you held up 2.
You can't get no more, Steve.
I'm at 2 wins.
Dallas Wings September 8th.
That's a dub. Probably. That's a
I
dub.
ain't gonna lie. You see what the fuck Sato just
I
did?
I'll
Yeah,
see
I know.
this. I'll see this.
Is that on the road or at home?
Kennedy coming back. Can y'all
That's-
add
that's-
in Kennedy?
That's at home for the Chicago.
L.
Kennedy gonna be
Can you,
back.
can you answer this question after Friday?
I'm saying L.
Yeah, Drip. Let's stop this until
Answer me
after
this question
Friday.
after Friday.
After Friday?
Because I need
All
to
right.
see.
Yeah, that is
After
I need
the
to see
Indiana
something.
game.
Yeah,
I need
yeah,
to
yeah.
see something.
If nothing else,
That's
the
a good-
Sky
that's
suck
good
at the
idea.
crib, bro. They suck at home.
What's their record, Kev, at the
4
crib?
and 11
4 and 10?
now. 4 and 10.
Oh, I thought it was 4 and 10.
Y'all
No, it's
ain't
4 and
representing
10.
the Chi,
4 and
right?
10 after tonight.
Okay.
They got more wins on the road than they do at the crib.
That's crazy.
Man, fuck around. I need to
They
call
want to do
Ben
this.
Simmons.
We're gonna do this Friday, chat. Y'all want to do it?
They already answering, bro. Look.
Let's just hope that the Dream lose tonight. They're down by 8 right now to Seattle. So
Joe, we
We
finna
got one
limp
super
into the
chat, bro.
playoffs.
One
Let's
super
go.
chat.
We finna limp in there.
So, with that said, y'all, man, any last thoughts before we
Super
get up
chat,
out of here,
super
man?
chat, super chats.
Oh, we got super chats?
Just one.
Just one. From Quentin says, man, bro, if Camila Cardoso knew how to use her size, she should have almost 40 to 50 points in the bro. This is the WNBA, bro. Come on, man. Quentin, bro. I know your hairline's back a little bit, my boy, but you gotta bring that thinking forward though, bro. Hairline back, thinking forward, bro.
I was just about to say she just scored. Haize just scored 42 last night, and that was the closest motherfuckers got to 40 this year.
But I will say this, all jokes aside, I'm just messing with you, Quentin, is that it's not, I don't think it's about her knowing to use her size. Like, yeah, she's still getting comfortable, but again, you have to, as a big, you can't get yourself the ball. You have to have a point guard to get you the ball. We won't see the best of Camila or Angel until we add some shooting and a point guard. We just won't.
I'm gonna check you out, bro.
We've been asking us to lead. We've been asking them to lead too long. That's the
Brooke,
real
that's your
one.
podcast, Brooke. I'm gonna check you out, big dog. That's you.
What's Brooks' podcast?
Woman's Hoops Masterclass. He just put it in. I'll just put it up there. It's right here.
Put that in.
Right there. I'm gonna check you out, Brooke.
Yeah, we're gonna check you out. We're gonna support. Any last thoughts, y'all? They got over 1,000 subscribers. Shout out to y'all. Any last thoughts before we get up out you?
Hey man, I love these ladies, but we gotta be smarter, bro. I ain't jumping ship or nothing, but we gotta be smarter, ladies. On to the next. Next one is a ginormous game. Oh my God.
It
Let's
would
go.
be nice
I
coming
may
off
not
the
even
dub.
be here for that game, so y'all gonna have to hold it down without
We got you, big dog. You know
yeah,
that.
man. I'm gonna be watching. I just won't be able to.
Yeah,
won't be
yeah,
able to
yeah.
pod.
Nah, you might just end up hearing his voice again. Like, you niggas, just no picture, no, you know,
Yeah.
He gonna be busy, man. Damn, man. Y'all do this to it. Look at us, man. Chicago Sky. We turned, bro, but we disappointed in you ladies, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's true.
Disappointed, bro.
That's
Man.
true.
I'm disappointed that more people didn't listen to me and Steve-O when we told y'all this was gonna happen. But nonetheless, I ain't gonna keep drumming that horn. Love you guys, man. Make sure you guys are following the podcast at Chicago
Drumming
Sky
that
Central.
horn is
You can send us
interesting.
any.
You know he's a fucking professor, bro.
I'm just saying, I literally,
You
I
send
heard
us
the
any-
sound and everything.
You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. Chicago Sky Central, gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail, 773-270-2799 with the #1 spot for everything Chicago Sky related. And we'll see you guys on Friday for sure.